What's going on, Kings? How we doing today? It's your boy E-Rock, the Skull Boxer, all day, every day. Listen up, Kings. Today we're going to talk about a couple of subjects, all right? Accountability, drive, and purpose. Maybe a couple other ones, too. Now, I bet you're wondering, accountability. What do I have accountability for? Okay, make sure y'all Kings listen up right now, man. We all got some stuff we got to be accountable for, all right? We need to use that as drive. You see, everything is connected together. Everything is. And it strings along to become purpose for what we need to do, what must be done, what we should never stopped in the first place. You ever did an activity, let's say you play basketball. You're pretty good at it. You had a nice three-pointer. You had a nice jump shot. Okay? Time happens, life happens, whether it's family, whether you get involved in something else, and it takes away. You're not as good as you thought you were anymore. But that was your thing. That was your niche. Okay? Here's one of the other things we're going to talk about today is deload, which is very important, okay? We need to get rid of the unnecessary things. We need to put them out. Get rid of them as quick as you can. So we find our purpose, what drives us, and we hold ourselves accountable for the good things and for the bad things. Even if you have a relationship issue, okay? What did you do wrong? Because you can't fix anybody else, all right? Let me repeat that again, Kings. You can't fix anybody else. Fix you. Help yourself to help others. All right? Own it. And after you own it, accept it, acknowledge it, it's behind you now. You will start anew. You will pick up where you left off at. We find what drives us. We take that drive. Perfect example with me, I like to train. I'm a fighter. And it's not just something I'm just swinging fists all day. It's something that runs through my blood. It gives me drive, it gives me purpose. It makes me feel as the man, as the best version of me I can go ahead and be. To teach my kids, to teach me. It teaches me a lot of things inside the ring and outside the ring. So I challenge you guys to go ahead and find your drive, your purpose. What drives you? The mistakes you've made in life, hold yourself accountable. The mistakes that people make that you hold and that you have around your circle, hold them accountable. When you help yourself, you help others. Now that we've held ourselves accountable and we know our drive, we're going to make plans to go ahead and stick with that drive. We're not going to let distractions get in the way. Sure, we may try something on the long side, but if we give too much attention to it, we lose ourselves. We don't want that. If our drive is to be the best basketball player or street ball player, then we need to stick to that. We need to find things that gives us the drive to that and stick to it. Be consistent with it. Because little do you know, it gives you purpose. It's connected to so many things in your life. Fighting is a very big thing for me to connect in my life. It's helped me throughout so many things. My friendships, the closest I have with my family. My relationship. Because I incorporate it into everything I do. I treat it like a match. Because in life, I'm taking many blows as well as I'm throwing them. So I got to be ready. I got to know when to dodge. I got to know when to bob. I got to know when to weave. I got to know when to counter. And I got to know when to parry. Oh, yeah. Life's one big fighting match to me. And I'm going out swinging. You got to find your purpose. If your purpose is to be the best person at your job that can handle all functions there, then you work at it. You do not let little small things just distract you. You stay driven. If you got to get up an extra hour early, you get up and you do it. What drives you? Do you have children? Do you have a woman that you want to go and protect? You want to give the world to? And we're going to get into a little subject with women. That's a whole different chapter. I'm going to need the rest of the King's help on that. Because that just goes in so many different ways. But for now, we're going to go with the safe part of it. If that special person gives you that purpose. You got to keep going. It's not just the person. It's the idea. It's not just the intentions, the actions that they do that give you, to make you feel you have purpose. They help motivate you to do the best you can. You got to hold on to those things. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's your children, like I said. Maybe it's just life in general, because you want to be better. You want to improve. So that gives you purpose. You hold on to that purpose and you keep going. Your drive pushes you with your purpose because you're not going to stop. You don't want to stop. Here's the thing about goals, everybody. There's never really no ending point. Another one is created right around the bend after you finish one goal. It's never ending. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Because you have a purpose. And to some of us, we may think it's redundant. It's an everlasting circle. But it's such a beautiful everlasting circle, you see? You have purpose for a great thing in that circle. Let's go back to accountability. A lot of us don't want to take accountability, but it's so important that we do, because you can't move any further without taking accountability for your actions. And of course, we like to point the fingers at others when they do wrong and to try to force them into a state of accountability. Can't force it. We can help them see. Doesn't mean they're going to see it. But you yourself, as a king, acknowledge your accountability. Whether it's wrong or right, acknowledge it. Become better. Learn yourself more. This is what we need. This is what the world needs. You see, in this channel, we're trying to go ahead and make sure that all of you guys become the better version of yourselves. That your eyes all see the king in you. Because this world needs it. It needs it bad. Take a good look. Take a very good look. I made so many mistakes in my life. And I got to a point that I started realizing I didn't want to be that person no more. So I had to take accountability. I had to understand that I caused it. What did I do to cause this? What did I allow to happen? And when I did, things start slowly shifting and changing around for me. I started getting rid of things I didn't want to go ahead and mess around and do no more. Stop being around people that were just bringing me right back to it. I held myself accountable. I held them accountable by keeping my distance from them. Having a purpose and having drive is a beautiful thing. And for some of us in our lives, it's the only thing we got. It's quite the abundance, as one of my one kings, Varen, will go ahead and tell you. And abundance is a beautiful thing when you understand life. So back to me holding myself accountable. I start righting those wrongs. I start bettering myself. I start challenging myself. What more can I do? Creating better habits. Being more real with myself. Do that. I refound my purpose. It gave me drive. I had desire to keep going, to go ahead and stay on this steady route. And it's working pretty great for the past, I want to say, 7 years. It helps me with my kids and my lady. When you can be honest with yourself, not only with the good things and the bad things, you create so much room for improvement. You open yourself to many beautiful attributes that you never knew you had, or you've been sleeping on and just looked past. Your drive is a beautiful thing because when others see it, it inspires them. They begin to question themselves. They begin to hold themselves accountable. Okay, this is what's been holding me back. So I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to keep going, and I want to see results. And when they do, it's a good feeling. Because they're like, yes, I did it. How can I take it higher? That's just the seed of the flower blooming. Until they do so much, the drive keeps going and going until they realize this gives me purpose. a sense of purpose. A man knows no limits when he knows his sense of purpose. Because there's no challenge he will not take on. Because in his heart of hearts, he can meet any challenge. As a young king, you can meet any challenge. I can care less if you're out there going to go and make the best Taco Bell at Taco Bell. If that's your purpose, you're not worrying about the other fella. You're going to handle it. And that's it for today, fellas. We talked about accountability. You hold others accountable. You hold yourself accountable. We talk about drive, consistent, keep going, don't stop, purpose, something that gives you value, worth. These things are part of the process to make us kings. I'm E-Rock, the Skull Boxer. All day, Young King. Shout out to my boy V and all the rest of Young Kings. Stay up, stay kings, fellas. Peace.